Hello dear students, let's continue our chapter number 5, Substances in the Surroundings, Their States and Properties. This is our third part. In the last part, we learn change of state of substances, temperature and a thermometer and boiling. Today, very first topic is freezing. The water kept in a fridge or on ice become cooler and cooler. That is, its temperature falls. At a certain temperature, water does not get any cooler but starts freezing and forms ice. Let us define freezing. Conversion of liquid state into solid state is called freezing, and the temperature at which the freezing occurs is called freezing point. Water freezes into ice at 0 degrees Celsius. Therefore, the freezing point for pure water is 0 degrees Celsius. The temperature inside a freezer is always minus 18 degree Celsius. Next is melting point. When ice gets heat, it starts melting or changing into the liquid state again. Ice melts at 0 degrees Celsius. Let us define melting point. When substance changes its solid state into liquid state, then it is called melting. And the temperature at which melting of substance occurs is its melting point. Freezing point and melting point of water is same, that is 0 degree Celsius. See this paragraph. We will see first of all half paragraph. The temperature at which a substance boils while heating is the same as the temperature at which it condenses when it is cooled. See children, temperature at which a substance boils means its boiling point while heating is the same as the temperature at which it condenses when it is cooled. So it is equal to condensation point. It means boiling point is equal to condensation point. Always 100 degree Celsius. See the next half part. Similarly, the temperature at which a substance freezes while cooling, it means freezing point, is the same as the temperature at which it melts when it is heated, means melting point. So, freezing point is equal to melting point is always 0 degree Celsius. We learn boiling, condensation, freezing, melting. So, let us see quick revision of all these things. Observe carefully. When we are giving heat to solids, it starts melting and forms liquid. And when we are giving heat to liquid, it starts boiling and forms vapor or gas. But when we are removing heat from gas or we are cooling vapors or gas, the vapor or gas starts to form liquid. That process is called as condensation. And when we are removing heat from liquid or cooling this liquid, it converts into solids. That process is called as freezing. In case of freezing, there is a formation of solid substances from liquid substances, and in case of condensation process there is a formation of liquid or drops of liquid from gaseous substances. And in case of melting and boiling we are giving heat either to solid or liquid, but in case of condensation or freezing we are not giving heat, here we are removing heat. Okay children, see, use your brain power. The chart given below shows the boiling point and freezing point of some substances. State whether these substances are solid, liquid or gases at room temperature. Observe children. See, freezing point is always same as melting point and boiling point is always same as a condensation point. Here some substances given. So answer is all substances will remain in solid state at room temperature. Candle, plastic, iron, all we can observe at solid state in the room temperature. At room temperature. Various uses of changes in physical state. First use, see, candles are made by melting paraffin wax. It means paraffin wax is melted and the candles are made of molten wax. See next, solid carbon dioxide, dry ice is used to make ice cream and to keep it frozen. It means dry ice, that is solid carbon dioxide, is used in ice cream preparation and to keep it in a frozen state. Third, liquid nitrogen is used in animal husbandry. Fourth one, sand means silica is melted to make glass. It means glass is made from molten silica. Metals like gold and silver are melted to make ornaments. It means ornaments we can make or made by melting gold and silver. Iron is melted to make tools. Means we can make tools from molten iron. Next topic is sublimation. Let's do one experiment. For this we need sand, a few iodine crystals, funnel, crucible, tripod stand, cotton plug. Okay. Now let's do this. Take some sand in a crucible. Put a few iodine crystals on it. Place the crucible on a tripod to heat it. Block the stem of the funnel with a cotton plug and place it inverted over the crucible as shown in the figure. Light the burner and heat the mixture in the crucible. Observe the changes. Let's do it. See iodine crystals, crucible, few particles of iodine. After heating you can observe what is going on. Purple color vapors form. See, observation we can tell purple color vapors form which get collected on the inner side of the funnel. When it cools, it forms beautiful crystals of iodine. You can see purple color vapor is of iodine. Iodine does not change to liquid on heating, but it directly changes to vapor. This is called sublimation. You already seen iodine was in a solid form and after giving the heat, it directly changed to vapor. This is called sublimation. Iodine crystals do not melt on heating but change directly to the gaseous state. When the fumes of iodine hit the walls of the funnel, they cool to form solid crystals of iodine and stick to the funnel walls. Thus, on heating, iodine does not melt and change to a liquid but directly changes to a gaseous state. So, we can define sublimation like this: the change of a solid substance directly into a gas or vapor without first changing into a liquid is called sublimation. Use your brain power, children. On opening a box of camphor, its smell spreads all around. Why does this happen? Camphor is a sublimatory substance, so it changes to vapor without changing to liquid. I hope all of you understood this sublimation. Thank you.